Ninth Standard Political Science, Chapter 6, Defense of the Nation. Exercises. First main, fill in the blanks with suitable words. First one, the main objective of our defense policy is protecting dash. Answer is the sovereignty of the nation. Second one, the commander-in-chief of our three armed forces is dash. Answer is the president. Third one, the chief of the army is called dash. Answer is commander-in-chief. Third one, the headquarters of the defense ministry is in dash. Answer is Delhi. Fifth one, the Hindustan Shipbuilding Yard is at dash. Answer is Vishakhapatnam. Sixth one, the Border Security Force Training Center is in dash. Answer is Yelahanka. Seventh one, the Indian Red Cross Society established in dash. Answer is 1920. Second main, answer the following questions after group discussion. First one, what is the naval base near Karwar known as? Naval base near Karwar is known as Seabird. Second one, which are the four divisions of our defense ministry? The four divisions of our defense ministry are Defense Section, Defense Production Section, Defense Research and Development Section, Retired Defense Personnel Welfare Section. These are the four divisions of our defense ministry. Third one, explain the structure of the Indian Army. The headquarters of the Indian Army is in New Delhi. Its head is known as the Commander-in-Chief. He has a Deputy Commander-in-Chief, Major General, Brigadier, Military Secretary, and a military engineer to assist him in his work. The army consists of infantry, cavalry, tank regiments called the Armed Corps and the Gunners Regiment. There is a supply and engineering branch too. The Indian Army has been divided into 7 commands for administrative convenience. These are all about the structure of the Indian Army. Question number 4, which are the commands of the army? The commands of the army are Western Command, Chandi Mandir, Chandigarh. Eastern Command, Kolkata, West Bengal. Northern Command, Udhampur, Kashmir. Southern Command, Pune, Maharashtra. Central Command, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Training Command, Mu, Madhya Pradesh. Northwestern Command, Jaipur, Rajasthan. These are the 7 commands of the army. Question number 5. Explain the functions of the Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force works effectively and courageously both during war times and peace times. It has succeeded in ensuring safety, security, and stability. Sixth question: what are the qualifications required for recruitment to the army? Those who desire to work in the armed forces should be service minded, patriotic, ready to sacrifice their lives for the sake of the country, and also be familiar with the multicultural fabric of the nation. Any citizen of the country, irrespective of his religion, caste, class, or community, can join the military. However, there are certain conditions with regard to physical requirements, mental health, general education, and technical knowledge that have to be met. When recruitments are made to the lower posts of the army, they are made according to the percentage of recruitable male population (RMP) of the state and union territories. Suitable candidates are recruited to the Air Force through selection and registration on an all India basis. This is done by the Central Airmen Selection Board (CASB). These are the qualifications required for recruitment to the army. Question number 7: what are the aims of NCC? What are its advantages? Its aim is to develop among the students a sense of discipline, leadership qualities, friendliness, and service mindedness. It is a body of disciplined and trained youth force which comes to the rescue of the nation during emergencies. Its advantages are: those who have received NCC training can join the armed forces easily. Cadets who have earned distinction during training are given seats in professional colleges. Cadets are given training in handling weapons. During training, cadets go on adventures like hiking, trekking, gliding, scaling, or mountaineering, sailing, etc. Students who have received NCC training can secure admission in any defense school. These are all about the aims and advantages of NCC. Question number 8: explain the organization of the Indian Red Cross Society. Red Cross Society is both a national and an international organization. In 1920, Indian Parliament passed the bill and established this organization. The Indian Red Cross is a humanitarian voluntary organization and has nearly 700 branches across state and union territories. Its headquarters are in New Delhi. The Indian President is its chairman and governor in the state branch. A Secretary General is its administrative officer. It has an administrative body, consists of 19 members and a secretary. The President nominates 6 members, whereas the remaining 12 members are elected from the state and union territories. The Red Cross Society renders valuable service to people during natural calamities and other emergencies. Without any discrimination, it helps sick people and those wounded on the battlefield. This organization believes in five fundamental principles: humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary work, oneness, internationalism. These are all about the organization of the Indian Red Cross Society.